What's up, Betting Edge Wizards? Well, it's time for the most prestigious award in all of sports to be handed out. The Heisman Trophy will be given out this coming Saturday night. And boy, what a season it's been in college football. I believe this is going to be the closest 1 through 5 vote in the 77-year history of the Heisman Trophy. The award was created in 1935. And I also believe it's going to be the closest number 1 and number 2 vote of all time. The 76 previous times it's been handed out. Of course, Archie Griffin, the only 2-time winner. The 77th edition is going to be the closest of all time. And the great folks at wagerweb.com have released odds on all 5 of the finalists. Let's get right into it. The long shot at 100 to 1 is LSU's Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger himself. He's had a hell of a year, including a 62-yard punt return for a touchdown that provided the spark that powered LSU past Georgia in the SEC title game this past Saturday night. In the 2011 season, Matthews had 71 tackles, 54 solo, and he's had 2 picks. And, of course, as I mentioned, that punt return was one of the biggest of the entire season in college football. Tyrann Mathieu probably not going to win the award, but you got to love the 100 to 1 odds in a guy that over the last month has really taken over games and gotten LSU into that national championship game. The 4th best odds are Monty Ballgame, the running back from Wisconsin, comes in at 50 to 1. And boy, a lot of people of a few weeks ago didn't think that Monty Ball was even getting invited, but the season that he's had, the body of work, and then the last 3 games, of course, the great game against Michigan State in the Big Ten title game. He's really played some great football in the later part of the season, and Heisman voters love that. Take a look at his numbers for the season. 1,759 rushing yards, 32 touchdowns, 6.4 yards per carry. And the guy's also had 20 receptions for 255 yards and 6 touchdowns, 12.8 yards per reception for a running back. Gotta love that. He sits 1 touchdown shy of Barry Sanders' all-time mark of 39 in a single season. And boy, the Rose Bowl is going to be a heck of a game when Wisconsin faces Oregon. Pooh Richardson, what a season he's had. Wasn't able to play in the SEC title game as LSU took on Georgia, but he is going to be playing for a national championship against LSU in early January. He has been the heart and soul of this Alabama offense. Take a look at his numbers for the year. 1,583 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 yards per carry. Also 27 receptions, 3 touchdowns, 327 yards, and 12.1 yards per reception. Will he have enough to take over the favorite, Robert Griffin III, we'll talk about in a second? I don't think so, but boy, what a run he has had. He's been a huge reason that Alabama's going to be playing for the national championship, and Heisman voters love a guy that is that important to his team. And here's where it gets really interesting. Andrew Luck, quarterback from Stanford, the likely number 1 overall pick in the 2012 NFL Draft. Andrew Luck didn't even get to play for the Pac-12 championship, but you got to look at the fact that he's been the preseason favorite. He was the favorite for most of the season. I'll talk about, of course, very, very good value. Let's take a look at his numbers for the 2011 season. 167.5 passer rating. Unbelievable. 3,170 yards, 35 touchdowns, only 9 picks, a 70% completion rating. He rushed for 153 yards with 2 touchdowns, 3.6 yards per carry. But I got to tell you, Andrew Luck is a guy that's going to get, of course, a lot of the West Coast vote. He was the favorite for most of the season. You got to love the odds there. I would say if Robert Griffin III, who we're going to get to in a minute here, didn't have such a late season charge, Luck would still be the favorite, but it's going to be really tough for a guy like Andrew Luck to do it. Hasn't really played as great late in the season. But Andrew Luck, the most pro-ready of all 5 of these finalists. But that gets us to RG3. Robert Griffin III, the quarterback for Baylor. Have we ever really seen a guy that has made this late season of a charge to the not only favorite status, but the ultra-favorite status? In a 12-hour period, RG3 went from plus 300 to plus 350 to minus 900. One of the biggest swings in the history of Heisman odds. It's going to be pretty tough for this guy not to win the award. He is minus 900 at wagerweb.com. And boy, what a win he had over Texas to end the regular season. Connected with Kendall Wright for a 59-yard touchdown on Baylor's first series. Passed for 320 yards and 2 scores. And ran for 32 yards and 2 more. And the Bears earned consecutive wins over the Longhorns for the first time since 1991 to 92. He has had a heck of a year, and especially over the last 8 weeks. Take a look at his numbers for the 2011 season. They are outrageous. 192.3 passer rating. That's unheard of. 3,998 yards. 36 touchdowns, just 6 picks all season long. 72.4% completion rating. And he also rushed for 644 yards and 9 touchdowns at 4 yards per carry. He has had one of the great seasons in college football history. I still believe the great value is in Andrew Luck. I still believe we're going to see the closest 1 through 5 voting of all time, and you're going to see the closest 1 and 2 voting in recent memory, and if not, of all time. It's going to be a lot of fun in New York on Saturday night. Don't forget to check out wagerweb.com for all these odds. Tell them that It's Been sent you and Dan the Man for a great sign-up bonus. Till next time, for the Betting Edge, I'm Dan the Man. And as always, believe in the Heisman dream. And don't forget to sign up for Insider now. Get all the 2-star free plays all season long. No charge whatsoever.